Well, hello everyone, and this is Sister Lachmann from the second ward. Anyway, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make for you the pad thai, and the reason I'm doing this because I got so many phone calls from the previous missionaries that went home, and a lot of friends keep calling me how to make pad thai, and I'm really tired of telling you how to do it phone call by phone call. So if you have any questions or you want to know how to, just go to this video YouTube. Yes. So what we're going to do now, we're going to introduce to you all the ingredients that we're going to use for the pad thai. The first one is the rice noodles, and rice noodles come many sizes, and small, thin, and big size, and so I usually love the medium size noodles, and it's about 1 pound, right? And what we're going to do with it, we're going to start with boiling water and cook it as if you're cooking a pasta. The difference is in pasta you have to put salt in it, and this one you just let it cook about 5 or 6 minutes, and then you just check into it and make sure it is al dente, not overcooked or not too soft or not too hard, because of otherwise it's going to be smooshed. And so right after you get the right consistency of the noodles, you just have to rinse it off with the cold water in order to stop the cooking process, and then shake it and let it dry. And another tip about this, if you know in advance that you're going to cook and then boil the noodles and then cook, you can just let it dry and let it in your strainer. But if you think that you're going to do it now just to cook the noodles, and another 2 hours or 3 hours later you want to do the pad thai, I would suggest that you let the noodle dry from in the corner, and then add some cooking oil, so in order to keep it not stick together. And then the next step that we will prepare is the onions. We use white onions, and if you don't have it, you can use red onions. That would be great too. In this recipe, I used 1 whole onion, and chopped garlic, and it starts from 5 cloves up to as much as you like. I love the flavor of garlic, so I use a lot. And the next ingredient is the egg. Today we're going to make pad thai that is called vegetable side dish, or if you like it without the meat, which is what we're going to do today. So I use a lot of eggs. But if you would like to have it like a proper meal that got meat, vegetables inside, you just have to put less eggs and put maybe 2 cups of meat. Can be chicken, can be shrimp, or both in the same dish. And the next ingredient is apple cider vinegar. And apple cider vinegar in Thailand we don't have it, so we usually use the still white vinegar. And again, if you don't have this on hand, so you can try with balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar, and definitely the flavor will be a little slightly different, but you know, it's fun to try something new. And we'll use tons of sugar, a little bit of salt, and this one is fish sauce. The fish sauce, earlier Sister Town asked me about what's the difference between fish soy and fish sauce, but I just think it's the same thing, because I heard on the TV sometime, the cooking channel, sometimes they call fish soy, but it's the same thing, fish soy and sauce, or you can say nam pla. And so the next one is the soy sauce. The soy sauce that I'm showing to you now is the one that I have seen it ever since I was born. I remember that I have rice with this kind of soy sauce. I just remember of this green lid, green bottle. Having said that, again, if you have kikkoman, you can have teriyaki, whatever you have on hand, you can use that. But again, have in mind that the flavor will be a little different. And making pad thai, you just have the flavor is, you know, varieties, but the dominant part is the sweet, a little salty, and then sour. So just have in mind with your ingredients about your vinegar, about your sauce, your soy sauce. And this one is black soy sauce. It's the flavor is like a soy sauce but with molasses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the consistency, what's the difference between this soy sauce and this black soy sauce. This one will give the color, and this one you will see there's a little light, loose, and this one will be a little bit thicker, darker, and sweet. And the other one is tamarind sauce, or sorry, it's a tamarind concentrate. So what happened is that this is something that is optional. I love to use it, and I grew up with a flavor that pad thai should have tamarind flavor. But the thing is, if you go to any restaurant, Thai restaurant in America, very rare that you will see any pad thai with tamarind sauce. They skip this. So today, in order to make it as Sister Lachmann recipe, I would recommend it, but you don't have it. So of tamarind, the flavor of tamarind is sour. It's another substitute for the vinegar, and I just do believe that years and years ago they don't have vinegar, so they use tamarind sort of to give the flavor, the sour flavor. So now we are so lucky that in store we have options. One is come with a pack. It's a fruit that they take out the peel and come with a pack like this. This one you can save it for a long time. If you buy a lot like this and you don't know when you want to make pad thai, maybe once in a while you will do it, I would recommend to have this. And what you do is just take a piece of it like this and put water from the tap and put in microwave for about a minute, and then later on you just squeeze and then discard the big pieces. You just need the concentration from the juice, and use it combined with the vinegar. But if you can find in your local store this tamarind concentration, that will give your life easier. You just open the lid and then use it. But again, this thing can be in the refrigerator 2 months. Maybe after that you will have some kind of green mold on the top. You still can use it, just discard the mold. But again, if you don't want to, you know, think about the mold, so in my opinion, take this. This is easier to. It's very easy to take care of it. And the next ingredient is a bean sprout. Bean sprout, of course, in Thailand, when pad thai come with bean sprout with this kind of, they call Chinese chives. The flavor of this Chinese chives is the flavor of the leek that you have in a regular store, but this is tiny one. And again, if you cannot find this is the substitute. Use the scallion instead. And
spring onion, green
onion,
or green
onion. Well, here, if you don't have bean sprout, you cannot find bean sprout, use cabbage. Chop it so tiny, like a size of the noodles that you're going to use, and that will be awesome too. Carrot, give the flavor, crunchiness, And again, in Thailand, I don't want to tell you long story about the carrot, but maybe next time. And then peanuts. Crushed peanuts is a must, but some people they cannot have it. So when you make for your party, just put on the side, and then people can add into the dish. And this is a must. Cannot be lemon, it must be lime. And this crushed red pepper. Well, optional. All right. From here, we're going to cook together. Well, now we boil the water, and we put the rice noodle to be cooked, and now it's already cooked. You know, like I said, wait until it's al dente, about 5 minutes, and check. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to strain it and wash it with cold water. At this point, you have to don't put your fingers in there because it's super hot. Okay. Here, now you can just do it. Now to stop the cooking process. Here. Now it's cool. So at this point, if you know that you're going to cook, like I said before, you know it's going to cook now, you just leave it dry a little bit, drain a little bit. But if you think that you're going to do it later, just wait until the water go down, it's dry, and then just add a little bit of cooking oil, and then just mix it. It will stop it stick together. Oh well, now the next step. Now we're going to be the part of we're going to cook. We're going to use the pan that you have to think about the portion. Now we're going to cook the big amount. It's going to be like for 5-6 dishes for the hungry people. So you can use this kind of pan. We can't use small pan, right? We just have to find this pan. Or now I'm using my wok. Yes. So just have in mind that any pan that you like to use has to be a big one. And so I put about half a cup of oil. It's a lot of oil, I know, but the thing is, if you don't use this much, it will stick, and I will sacrifice. Alright, okay, so what we do, you see it's really hot, blazing hot, but soon you'll see why, because it will go down very quickly, the heat, when I start putting stuff in. Okay. I got the onions in, and wait a little bit, and until it just release its flavor. You see, it's going down. And the reason is that my stove doesn't give a lot of heat. Even though you think it's a lot of heat, it's a big burner, but still it's not hot enough. And then what happens is if I don't keep it really hot, when it cools down, my noodles become cooked noodles, not stir-fry noodles. So that's why I have to keep it really super hot. And then, so what I'm doing is try to cook a little bit down, so it will become like a little bit brown. Or I'm not going to wait until it's burning. It's a little brown, so we get like nutty flavor. And then I will throw the garlic that we chopped earlier in. So I will try to get everything off the bowl. Since I already worked hard, the garlic already grew, and then we chop it. Don't throw it away. Just wait for about 30 seconds. Just, when you see it a little bit brown, nutty flavor come out, and that's good to go. I'll take this one out because we're not using it. It's a little bit hot. And then what we're going to do is crack the eggs. I'm going to put eggs in. And at this point, if you decide that you want chicken, you put the chicken in first.
Cooked chicken already?
Chicken, cook the chicken. And after garlic, put the chicken in. And then egg. Because if you put egg and then put chicken until the chicken cooks, the eggs already become overcooked. And then now, immediately, I will put the rice noodles in. You see, since we didn't put any oil, even though it's just a few minutes later, it's sticky. Okay. Mix it. The idea is so the egg will coat the noodles. And the oil will get into the noodles. Alright. Okay. Just about it. Alright. And another thing is, when you see me stir it, you didn't see me chop it. Try not to chop it, okay? Otherwise you'll get like a very short strand noodles, which we don't want it. And then we'll put the molasses, black soy sauce. We said that just cover the noodles. So this is about 6 tablespoons or so.
Okay, so this is the black soy sauce. This is the thick one.
The thick one.
Okay.
The thick black soy sauce.
Okay.
Just to coat it and let it cook a little bit. See? Just like painting it. It's fun, isn't it? If you have some parts still white, no worries, because later on we'll have the flavor going on. Well, now what we're going to do now is put sugar. And sugar is going to be about 8 tablespoons. Yes, it sounds a lot, but have in mind, this is 1 pound of noodles.
So 8 tablespoons of sugar, about. Okay.
And vinegar, right?
How much vinegar, Batul?
How much did we say?
Hold on.
4 tablespoons, just about.
4 tablespoons of vinegar.
Yes. And soy, about 4 tablespoons, 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 to 4.
For me, it's just about 30 splash. My splash. And a little bit of soy just for the flavor. You don't need a lot of big soy here. Just the depth. And then we
Hold on, which one was that you just added? Regular?
fish soy.
Fish soy, okay.
And now I'm going to go with salt, which is, how much do we say?
About 3.5 to 4 of salt.
Yes. You know, you do the flavor according to your desire, but just have in mind, it has to be very, very thick and strong flavor. And so, and also it's a lot of noodles. And also the rice noodles, it's just plain. It will absorb all the flavor that you put in. And also you're going to add vegetables. And again, you need a flavor for that, you know. And now when you taste it, it might be too sweet or what, but it will, what do you call, induce or reduce? Reduce by all this vegetable that you're going to add. Well, even though I cook this many times, but I still have to taste it. Well, will I make faces like Mother Stewart? Not yet. My tamarind sauce. That's right, something's missing.
How much tamarind sauce?
We said about 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
If you don't have this tamarind, you just have to add more of vinegar, just another 4 tablespoons. Now you just have to let this cook a little bit, because right now the flavor is separate. One part will have a saltiness and another part will have sugar. Just let it, you know, what do you call, mingling and get together a little bit. And again, try to stir around, not chop it or not stirring like this. You know, because otherwise you're going to cut your noodles and you don't want that. Now, I'm going to put the bean sprout, and the amount of bean sprout, just, you know, according to your desire, just make sure that you want to eat noodles with vegetables, not vegetable with noodles. And this is just about a cup of carrots, which is about 2 small carrots, or about 3/4 of the big one. And again, I use the green onions, the spring onions, green onions or scallions. I love it, so we'll do that. She's the producer, so she got the right to choose, right?
Right.
All right, here we go. See, what a color. It's beautiful.
I need to come and produce for you every night.
It's fun. And this, you see how much did you spend? Very little, because the noodles, one pack is about $3 maximum, and some vegetables and eggs. So this is about $5 that you can feed, you know, a big crowd. And usually I make it for our 5th Sunday, and you make 2 packages and done. You know, about less than $10 to bring the dishes. Okay, now it's done at this point. And then, okay, we're not going to let it cook too long, because we don't want the vegetable to roll. All right, now we're going to serve. The way we serve is this. You put the noodles, so this is how we serve. We just put the noodles, you know, and bean sprout on the side, and want to be fancy, put some garnishing, and our line 1 is good to go. Peanut, and our optional, but we all love spice. Here you go. Have fun.